Hello, Anil sir, Raj sir. Thank you so much for speaking to us today. How are you guys feeling with promotions in full swing?
I think promotions are always fun, and it's more fun when you
Believe in a film. Yeah.
believe in a film, and of course when you get
We're
along.
together. Yes.
Yes. So it gets an opportunity to have a little fun because on the set it's very work oriented, serious. So we can have some fun.
Yeah, and was this dynamic right there from the get-go, or did it take some time to get to know
No,
each other?
I remember. I think I met you for the first time at your place only. Remember for the workshops? Before that we met.
Obviously
but
we met. I don't know. I saw City Lights. That was the first film I saw of Raj. And I met him in Delhi. It was outside a hotel, and Raj was there with his girlfriend Fatilika, and I met him, and I said, you were terrific in the film. You were fantastic, and that's the time the connect started. And then Raj did a film with Sonam, so that's the time also Sonam would keep on talking about Raj so much to me. And of course, then we met for the first time after a gap when we started workshop for Fanney Khan. Yes.
there was definitely an instant connect. Like I've been seeing him. I feel like how we all, when we look at actors, we feel like we know them because we've been seeing them since we were a kid. So I thought I've always known him, but when I met him, the kind of energy I got from him, and it's very instant. Sometimes you connect with somebody or you don't. With him, I think it was just an instant connect. That we started chatting, and he was so open, he was so friendly. Then I think the ice just broke then and there.
And so the moment you guys got the script for this film, was it an instant, yes, I want to do it? Or what was that whole process like when you got the call?
When I read it, I instantly fell in love with the script. I think it's a very unique, a very special film. It talks about so many things about, body shaming and like all these characters, my character, Sir's character, and Ash's character, their struggle and their, trying to be something in life. So I instantly fell in love with the script. And it's a very slice of life, light-hearted, a very sweet film, very honest film.
What would you say is the biggest lesson that you learned from him, or was there any teaching back and forth, this is the way you could do a scene?
I observe him a lot whenever we are on set. We're doing another film together called Ek Ladki Ko Dekha To Aisa Laga. And I think his commitment towards his work, he is so honest and so passionate about what he does, which is something which I always look up to, which is something which I want to, have in me as well. So I think that is something I've learned a lot from him, to be fully focused and committed towards what you do.
And Anil sir, learn anything from Raj sir?
I feel when an actor gets a scene and he makes choices, how I'm going to go interpret the scene. I always appreciate Raj's choices, that how he's going to pitch the scene. So his choices are very, very, very real, very something which I can connect with. It's very, very easy flowing. It looks real, and still doesn't look so real that it becomes boring. So that's the balance, and I just feel that I like the choices he makes. I like the way he's very calm in his approach towards work, and so that's what I keep on observing and learning from him.
And getting to your characters, I know your character, Fanney Khan, in his character is a Rafi fan, and you've said that you in real life are also a Rafi fan. For both of you guys growing up, was there someone that you guys looked up to and said, yes, this is who I want to be like?
I was in class 10th, 11th, the day I decided, the moment I decided I want to be a film actor, and my whole life went towards, fulfilling that dream. And my only thing was about acting, and all my life I was not doing anything else in life. So there are so many performances which have inspired me, from like his performances. There's Shah Rukh's, Irfan's, Manoj. So performances inspire me a lot. But if you talk about one actor whose life has inspired me, it would be Daniel Day-Lewis, because of course we all know the kind of actor he is. But I think the way he's conducted his life, the way he live his life, he's a family man, and the way he's so committed towards what he does, he just gets involved so much in the part. So that is something I would say, if I have to name one person, it would be Daniel Day-Lewis.
Obviously, first of all, you look up to your parents, and then you look up to your teachers, the people in school. Then there are times when you look up to some leaders, and some pop stars, singers. Like I was a huge fan of Elvis. Then I was a huge fan of Michael Jackson, and huge fan of so many stars and actors. And I was a big fan of Rajkummar Rao. I still am. Mr. Raj Kapoor, Devanand, then Amitabh Bachchan, Nasruddin Shah, Kamal Hassan.
The list never ends.
So there are different ways you get inspired and make them into role models. Yes.
In one phrase, how would you guys sum up the spirit of this film?
The dreams never die, I think, and it's, you know, if you dream big, you can fulfill it. You can sometimes dream for others, you know. So there are so many ways to interpret a dream, but it's a positive dream. This film is a positive dream, yeah.
You know, you carry that character beyond that film set. What about this role did you carry, you know, during the film, and what have you taken away from, you know, Fanney Khan?
It depends on the kind of film it is. Like as this is a light-hearted, you know, a slice of life film, so it's not a really heavy on your mental state, that kind of a character. There are characters like Trapped or Bose or Omerta where you carry that baggage, you know, in your life as well, because you're so much for 3 months you're into it. It's very natural to subconsciously, you know, it affect you somewhere. But with this character, I think Adhir, my character, he's a very naive, a very innocent guy, and not as innocent as, you know, Preetham Vidro in Bareli Ki Barfi was, but he has his innocence. He's still very real in this, you know. He's surrounded with fake people. I think Prashant Bhai is his only real friend that he has, but otherwise he has nobody in his life, and he's happy about it. There are no complaints. He's a giver. He wants to, you know, give whatever he has. So I think that is something which I've learned from Adhir, that how you can be happy in whatever you have.
So do you see a lot of similarities in your actual personality and your character's personality? Was there a lot of preparation to get into this role, or was it, you know, relatively easier?
It wasn't as hard, but we had we had a kind of like days of workshops where we discussed our characters' backgrounds and worked on our you know, respective characters, and discussed with Atul, our director, as well. And we both actually used to do a lot of improv so that we can, you know, figure out what their background is, how did these two meet, because they both have come from different cities. Like he's from North, from Kashmir, he's come from Hyderabad, but they've been living in Mumbai for ages now. So I think that those workshops really helped in figuring out our characters.
Like I remember discussing with him, I said, listen, I said when I was, you know, singing for an orchestra, so बोला यार तू तो बच्चा होगा जब छोटा सा होगा, क्यों अगर मैं उस वक्त समझो कि 30 साल का हूँ, 28-30 साल का हूँ, तो तू उस वक्त क्या 10-12 साल का होगा, you know, 10-12 साल. तो भी ऐसे हाँ तूने उस वक्त जब मैं वो गाना गा रहा था तो फिर तूने मेरे को चाय ला के दी, फिर हम लोग की दोस्ती होगी, फिर बोला यार चलो बैठ के हमने सबने प्ले, ये सब चीज़ें फिल्म के अंदर नहीं. These things are not there in the film, but we did, if you remember, discuss all these things. So these things really helped. So the connect is not what you see in the film. The connect, we made the connect from the time that you know, he was was a kid, yeah, and then we bonded together, and so these kind of things we discuss. We'll have a lot of fun.
Coming to the music of the film, every single song has received such a great response and feedback. What for you guys are your favorite tracks?
Actually, I like all of them, but if I have to choose, I would say Achhe Din. It's a brilliant track. I think Amit has done a wonderful job with this album.
What for you would you guys say did your Achhe Din started coming in your career?
In my career, I think last year was quite I would say, a start to my Achhe Din. But I would say actually my first film, because, you know, it's very hard to actually break in here, being an outsider. We all know how many people come here every day with the same dream. So I would say my first film, LSD, Love, Sex or Dhokha, was the beginning of my Achhe Din.
Yeah, for me, I think I feel when Mr. Bapu, who directed me in Wo Saath Din, when he called me up and he approached me for a Telugu film. So that was my first film as a lead. So when I went to Chennai, and obviously he asked me, I said, can you dance? I said, yes. Can you do ballet? I said, yes. Whatever he asked me, I couldn't do anything. But I said, if I said no, he might throw me out of the film. So whatever he said, I said, yes, 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 yes. And of course, I started rehearsing, and then he knew that I couldn't do any of these. But I was, you know, he had no choice but to cast me in the film. So that was my first film as a leading man. And I did that film, and the film was released. So everybody thought I was and I changed my name from Anil Kapoor to A.K. Rao. So I said, yeah. So if you see the film, I said, yeah, because I was not getting any work in Mumbai. So I said, why I'll settle down over there in Andhra Pradesh. So if you see the title, it is A.K. Rao over there. And then after seeing the film, Mani Ratnam saw the film, so he thought I was a Telugu actor. So he called him my director. He called him my director, and he says, no, he's from Bombay. So that's my second film I did.
Was so you have to dub that film, or you?
No, I've spoken all my lines, but because of the accent, so Mr. S.P. Balasubrahmanyam, also a Fanney Khan in the South, dubbed for me, and then I did a Kannada film. That was on the lead. So and from there, I think somewhere I could show my work in Mumbai. That work which I had done in Telugu, and I started getting work over here and went here and there. Yes. So those were the Achhe Dins.
And both of you guys, just hearing about this, you guys have such inspiring journeys. But for a new generation of budding actors who are making tireless treks to Aram Nagar. What would you guys say is your biggest piece of advice?
You know a lot about it. No, I would just say just meet the right people and be at it and work on your craft. I think that's the most important thing. You know, especially now, I think people are recognizing talent and there's so much work happening. There's the web series world, there's this ads, TVs, feature films, short films. Just keep working on your craft, because if you have it in you, trust me, nobody can stop you.
This film talks a lot about just hard work and that tireless work ethic leading to you achieving your dreams. But does luck and destiny also play a role?
I think, yeah, I feel destiny. There are a lot of people who are very hardworking, very talented, but never get an opportunity, you know, in their lifetime. But they fulfill their dreams in, you know, through their children, through their friends, through whatever they do, to charity. So I am one of those characters, my character Prashant, who everybody calls him Fanney Khan. So he is basically comes to Mumbai but cannot fulfill his dream for himself. So he tries to fulfill not his dream but his daughter's dream, because I want to see her successful.